Hi everyone, this is Brittany from Made for Math. Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to be teaching a lesson on solving proportions. If you tuned in a few weeks back, I taught a short lesson on equivalent ratios. And the good news is a proportion is just two equivalent ratios set equal to one another. When we have an equation, we have to have an equal sign because equate means equal. So we're going to be solving for the missing part of the ratio, in other words. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to be using these Cuisenaire rods to model some of these problems. So the first one is 3/2 is the first ratio. And I'm going to be solving for this denominator here. And so if I wanted to use my Cuisenaire rods to model this proportion, the first ratio, 3/2, notice I'm going to use the number line as another visual tool, would look something like this. But also understanding that a ratio can be written as a fraction, when we teach fractions, we always talk about how the numerator can represent how many. Okay, so in other words, I need to figure out how many groups of 3 do I need to make 15. So I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm going to be using my multiples. My multiples are my skip counting to figure out how many groups of 3 does it take to get to 15. So if I start looking at my number line, I see I land at 3, but then my next one lands at 6. So I need to keep going. 9, 12, and then 15. Okay, so I know once I get to 15 for my multiples of 3, I know I can stop. So now, notice right now the two bars are not together. So now I'm going to slide them all together to figure out what the missing denominator is in my proportion. So I can see here now on the number line, I have 5 groups of 2, which makes 10. So therefore, I just solved the proportion, and we could read this as 3 is to 2, as 15 is to 10. So maybe I need, if I'm baking a cake, I need 3 cups of flour to every 2 cups of sugar. Then I would need, for 15 cups of flour, I would need 10 cups of sugar. Okay, let's try one more. This time we're going to solve for the numerator. Okay, blank is to 4, as 9 is to 12. So again, I'm figuring out what's the relationship here. When we teach fractions, we talk about what copycat 1 could we multiply by, or in this case, really it's dividing by, to figure out the missing numerator or denominator. So let's start with what we have. Okay, now this one's a little trickier because now I need to figure out if my denominator is 4. I need to first figure out how many 4s do I need here to equal the 12. So how many groups of 4 is equivalent to 12? Well, I can see 3 groups of 4 make 12. So that means I can see here that the relationship is 4 times 3. Okay, well, to keep the two ratios equivalent to solve this proportion, I need to also multiply the numerators by 3. So in other words, what number times 3 equals 9? Well, if we use a little bit of our properties of multiplication and division here, we know that if a number, a number times 3 equals 9, then that also means, using our fact family, we often call it, 9 divided by 3 will give me my answer. So in other words, how many groups of 3 can be made from 9? So let's find out. 3, 6, 9. 3 groups of 3. So that's our missing number there. So solving my proportion, my missing numerator is 3 out of 4. All right, I hope that was helpful for you. And these Cuisinart rods, some people have the actual rods that they can use. I encourage you to have your child explore how they can use these at home to help them solve proportions and work with equivalent ratios. If you are interested in more details on how you can get some multisensory math lessons for your child, please check out our website at www.madeformath.com. I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.